Is the public's faith in the current administration dwindling, or is it just a mirage of discontent? An intriguing question, isn't it? As we inch closer to the 2024 elections, the atmosphere is thick with anticipation and uncertainty. The political landscape of America appears to be shifting, with recent polls revealing some startling figures. President Biden, once the beacon of hope for many, now trails Donald J. Trump in 5 out of 6 key battleground states. These states, including Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, and Pennsylvania, could potentially dictate the direction of the election. But what's more telling is the margin. The gap between Biden and Trump ranges from 4 to 10 percentage points, tipping in favor of Trump. This isn't just a slight dip in popularity for Biden, it's a significant shift, indicating a growing discontent among the electorate. And who are these dissatisfied voters? They're the very people who once formed the backbone of Biden's support base. A multiracial, multi-generational coalition that once stood firmly behind Biden now seems to be wavering. From the urban areas to the under-30 demographic, Biden's advantage is decreasing, and even the gender advantage that Democrats have enjoyed in recent years is reversing. 2/3 of the electorate now believe the country is moving in the wrong direction. This sentiment, coupled with the belief that Biden's policies have personally hurt them, is fueling the change in political winds. Yet it's important to remember that these are the preliminary stages. The race to the White House is far from over, and the political chessboard continues to change with every move. As the political tides seem to turn, the question remains, is the country moving in the wrong direction? The battleground states, the true litmus test of the electorate's mood, are showing interesting trends. As we delve into the heart of the American political landscape, we find a shifting tide in the battleground states. These critical regions have often been the determining factor in presidential elections, and the current trend shows an interesting shift. President Biden, who once held a strong lead, is now trailing former President Trump in 5 out of 6 of these key states, including Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, and Pennsylvania. The margins are not slight, ranging from 4 to 10 percentage points in favor of Trump. This is a significant shift in the political landscape, a change that could have serious implications for the outcome of the upcoming election. However, it's not just the overall numbers that are shifting. The demographic groups contributing to these changes are noteworthy as well. The multiracial and multi-generational coalition that once strongly supported Biden is now more closely contested. Biden's lead among voters under the age of 30 has decreased, as has his lead among Hispanic voters. Moreover, his advantage in urban areas is now half of what Trump's advantage is in rural regions. But perhaps the most surprising shift is in the gender dynamics. Men now prefer Trump by a larger margin than women prefer Biden, reversing the gender advantage that Democrats have held in recent years. These shifts are not just numbers, they represent a discontentment among voters, a belief that the country is moving in the wrong direction. 2/3 of the electorate believe this to be true, a worrying statistic for the current administration. But what is causing this shift? Is it a reaction to specific policies, or is it a more general dissatisfaction with the current state of affairs? The fact that a majority of voters believe Biden's policies have personally hurt them suggests the former, but the overall sense of discontentment points to the latter. As we continue to analyze these trends, it's important to remember that these are not just numbers. They represent the voices of the American people, voices that are expressing their concerns and their hopes for the future. In the battle for the heart of America, the battleground states are proving to be a tough terrain for the current administration. The changing demographic preferences are a puzzle that both the candidates need to solve. The shifting sands of political allegiance are nothing new, but the rapidity and scale of these changes are truly noteworthy. Let's start with the young voters, those under 30. This demographic, once a stronghold for Biden, has seen a decrease in support. The reasons for this are myriad, but one thing is clear. The younger generation is no longer a guaranteed vote for the Biden camp. This change is a wake-up call, signaling that the issues and policies that matter to these young voters may not be getting the attention they deserve. Then we have the Hispanic voters, another demographic that is proving to be less predictable than in previous years. Traditionally leaning towards the Democrats, we're now seeing a more evenly contested field. This shift suggests a changing landscape, one where cultural and social issues may be playing a larger role than before. And what about the urban voters? Biden's advantage in these areas is now half of what Trump holds in rural regions. The city versus country divide is nothing new, but this shift represents a significant change in the urban-rural dynamic, one that could have far-reaching implications for future elections. Lastly, we must address the gender advantage. For years, the Democrats have enjoyed a lead among women voters. However, this advantage is reversing, with men now preferring Trump by a larger margin than women prefer Biden. This reversal of the gender advantage is yet another piece of the demographic puzzle that the candidates need to consider. Each of these trends represents a unique challenge for the candidates. They serve as a reminder that demographic preferences are not set in stone, but rather, they evolve and shift over time. They force us to question old assumptions and challenge us to understand new dynamics. The demographic shifts are reshaping the political landscape, testing the adaptability of the candidates. As we move closer to the election, it remains to be seen how these demographic changes will play out and what impact they will have on the final result. The Trump enigma continues to dominate the American political scene. The former president's influence is undeniably a driving force in the upcoming elections, with recent polls showing him leading in 5 out of 6 battleground states. This includes Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, and Pennsylvania, with margins ranging from 4 to 10 percentage points in his favor. The resurgence of Trump's popularity is not just a testament to his enduring appeal, but also reflects a growing discontent with current policies. A majority of voters believe that they have been personally impacted by these policies, contributing to a sentiment that the country is moving in the wrong direction. This shift in voter sentiment has also led to the blurring of demographic lines that were once clearly defined. Groups that strongly supported Biden in the last elections are now more closely contested. The lead that Biden once enjoyed among voters under 30 and Hispanic voters has decreased. And while Biden's advantage in urban areas remains, it is half of the advantage Trump holds in rural regions. Furthermore, men now prefer Trump by a larger margin than women prefer Biden, reversing the gender advantage that Democrats have traditionally enjoyed. This seesaw of voter preferences underscores the complex dynamics at play in the upcoming elections. Trump's continued presence in American life is shaping the 2024 election into a referendum on his tenure, rather than a straightforward evaluation of Biden's performance. As the former president gains momentum in the Republican primary race, it's clear that the Trump factor is still a significant force to be reckoned with. The Trump spectacle continues to cast a long shadow over the 2024 elections. As we approach the final countdown, one thing remains certain. The Trump factor will continue to shape the political landscape in ways that are both unpredictable and profound. In the face of a formidable opponent, how is the current administration planning to retain its seat? As we delve into the Biden strategy, we find that the president is not taking the challenge lightly. Biden's re-election campaign is in full swing. He's holding rallies in key battleground states, rallying his supporters and emphasizing the importance of democracy in the upcoming election. This isn't just about winning a race. It's about preserving the democratic values that have shaped America. His campaign is spearheaded by trusted White House operatives, seasoned strategists who've been through the trenches of political warfare. They're not just plotting a path to victory, they're crafting a narrative that resonates with the American people. And then there's the question of endorsements. Who's on board the Biden train? The campaign team is busy compiling a roster of potential surrogates and endorsers. The names range from seasoned politicians to popular celebrities. One such name that's been making the rounds is none other than pop star Taylor Swift. The power of celebrity endorsements can't be underestimated in an age where pop culture and politics are deeply intertwined. But there's an intriguing element to Biden's strategy, a gamble of sorts. Biden is betting on Trump's continued presence in American life to work in his favor. He's counting on the idea that the 2024 election will be a referendum on his predecessor, rather than on himself. It's a risky move, but then again, politics is a game of risks. Biden's strategy is clear: rally the troops, emphasize democracy, secure powerful endorsements, and let Trump's presence do the rest. It's a multifaceted approach that aims to capitalize on current sentiments and the political climate. As Biden bets on Trump's continued presence to work in his favor, only time will tell if this gamble pays off. As the clock ticks down to Election Day, the stakes couldn't be higher. The Biden strategy is laid out on the table, but will it be enough to secure a second term? That's a question only the American people can answer. As the clock ticks towards the 2024 elections, what does the future hold for America? Reflecting on the information we've explored, the political landscape is set for a riveting race. The battleground states, once Biden's strongholds, now lean towards Trump. The demographic shifts suggest a closer contest than in the previous election, with Biden's lead among certain groups dwindling. The Trump factor is an undeniable force in this election. His popularity in rural regions and among men has surged, reversing the gender advantage that Democrats have enjoyed in recent years. His continued presence in American life is shaping the narrative of the election and potentially swaying the vote in his favor. On the other side, Biden's strategy is taking shape. His campaign, led by trusted White House operatives, is emphasizing the importance of democracy and rallying potential surrogates and endorsements. One such endorsement being the pop icon, Taylor Swift. The strategy seems to hinge on making the election a referendum on Trump rather than on himself. So, who has the highest chances of winning the election? Based on current trends in the recent poll from the New York Times and Siena College, Trump appears to have the upper hand. However, the political landscape is ever-changing, and the next few months will be crucial in determining the outcome. The race to the presidency in 2024 is heating up. The stakes are high, the competition fierce, and the players seasoned. As the final countdown begins, the nation is on the edge of its seat, anticipating the next move in this high-stakes game. In the high-stakes game of politics, every move counts. As we head towards the 2024 elections, the nation waits with bated breath. In the world of politics, the only constant is change. We've delved into the state of affairs, dissected the battleground states, and examined the demographic shifts that are reshaping the political landscape. We've explored the Trump factor and the Biden strategy, two colossal forces vying for the highest office in the land. All of this leading us to the final countdown to the 2024 election. The recent polls reveal an intriguing race. President Biden is trailing Donald J. Trump in 5 out of 6 battleground states. There's a growing discontent among the diverse coalition that elected him. The gender advantage that Democrats have enjoyed in recent years appears to be reversing, with men now favoring Trump by a larger margin. On the flip side, Biden is ramping up his re-election campaign, emphasizing the importance of democracy in the upcoming election. He's betting on Trump's continued presence in American life to be a deciding factor, making the 2024 election a referendum on his predecessor rather than on himself. The stakes are high, the drama is palpable, and the outcome still uncertain. What is certain, however, is that we are witnessing a pivotal moment in American politics. As we navigate these turbulent political waters, it's crucial to stay informed, to understand the issues, the players, and the implications. Our democracy thrives on the active participation of its citizens, so keep following for more updates on the election. Be part of the conversation, lend your voice to the discourse. As we continue to follow this gripping political saga, remember, your voice, your vote, can shape the future of this great nation. Until next time.